Welcome back to PVHCTV. Today, Mazie and I are going to teach you how to tack up English. So the first step in tacking up is always grooming your horse, which we've already covered in our previous How to Groom Your Horse. The first thing that I'm going to put on my horse today is a square pad. I like using my square pads because it helps keep my fitted pad clean and it matches my outfit. So I'm going to put my pad on and I'm going to bring it up a little bit above where I'm going to end up putting my saddle. Everything likes to slide back a little bit as you're tacking up. The next item I'm going to grab is my fitted pad. You can tell that it's fitted because it's the shape of your saddle. They come in many different types and styles. This one is a wool pad, so it helps pull all the moisture off your horse. Next is my saddle. There are many different types of English saddles. Make sure you get one that fits your seat and your horse. The next step I'm going to do is I'm going to pull both of my pads up to give my horse a little bit of wither relief. So I want to make sure there's a little bit of room underneath those pads so it's not pinching down on her as we're riding around. Before you attach your girth, what you're going to do is you're going to lift up your flaps and you want to attach all the pieces of your saddles. So there's two pieces on your fitted pad that you're going to do together. And then on your square pad, you're going to take your strap and put it on to your off fillet. And then we're going to go over to the other side and do the same thing. All right, so again, I'm going to attach all of my straps of my pads. And then we're ready to attach our girth. So now we're going to attach our girth. When attaching your girth, you want to see if there is elastic either on one side of the girth or the other. My girth has elastic on both sides. If you have elastic only on one side, the elastic is going to go on the left side of your horse. All right. So the first step in attaching our girth is I'm going to run it through. There's keepers on both your square pad and your fitted pad. I'm going to try and run it through both of my pads right now. Sometimes it gets a little difficult because your fitted pad might run onto your square pad, but it looks like we're able to get it on there. And then, as you can see, on our English saddle, we have 3 billets. And the billets are what give you different pressure on your saddle when it's on your horse. So I like to do mine on my 2 outsides. So I'm gonna put it on the front. I'm gonna start on the first hole and I can always go back and readjust later. And I'm gonna put it on the back. And I want you to notice something that happens here is your billet has to go on the top rung and through the piece. A lot of times you see some they go down here through this bottom piece. That's not correct. You want it up here on the top piece so it can roll through easily. All right, and now we're gonna go over to the other side. All right, I'm gonna reach under, grab my girth. I'm gonna lift up my flap, holding it with my elbow. Slide my girth through my keepers. See how it's getting a little difficult, but I think we're gonna be able to make it. Then I'm going to slide it up onto the first hole. All right, my second girth. For this one, I think I'm gonna skip the fitted pad. See how it's really tight over here? And just go through my square pad. And again, going onto my first hole. And then I'm gonna check. And my girth is fitting on Mazie pretty good, so I don't need to readjust the length of the girth. Normally I would put it on the first hole on both sides and then walk back over to the right side and adjust. Because when I get on my horse, I'm gonna adjust my girth on my left side. So now I'm gonna put on my bridle. Last time we showed you how to put on a hackamore, and this time we're gonna show you how to put on something with a bit. please check in with your trainer and make sure that you're using the appropriate bridle for your horse, whether it's a hackamore or a special bit. Okay, so the first step is I'm gonna untie Mazie. And I'm going to place my lead rope over her neck. Then I'm gonna take my reins and slide those over her head. Here, Maze. I'm gonna untie my halter, slide it off her nose, and then retie it around her neck. That way, if she decides to walk away or during the process, I can stop her. Okay, I'm gonna put my hand up between her ears on her pole. I'm gonna ask her to bend her head towards me as I'm putting the bridle on. I'm gonna take the bridle in my right hand, pulling my nose band up to keep it out of the way. And I'm gonna slide my finger in the side of her mouth to help open her mouth up to put my bit in. And then pull the bit up. Now remember, we're gonna push her ear forward. I'm gonna set down my nose band, push her other ear forward. And now I'm gonna adjust everything. I'm gonna pull her forelock out. I'm gonna make sure that my nose band is nice and straight and that my brow band isn't crooked. Okay, now with our nose band, you wanna make sure that you're tucking it underneath the cheek pieces on both sides. It does not go above the cheek pieces. Okay, now when I do my nose piece, I'm gonna make sure that I can put 2 fingers in here. We don't want it so tight that she can't move her mouth or jaw around. Same with the throat latch, however, when we put the throat latch on, I'm gonna make a fist underneath, making sure that it's not too tight. And then I slide all my little leather pieces into their keepers, making sure it's neat and tidy. Then I'm going to remove my halter, take off my lead rope, and then I'm ready to ride. Thank you for watching PVHCTV. Mazie and I hope you enjoyed our video on how to tack up English. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Do not go rogue. Take that out.